Welcome back to Veteran Nation. We are actually doing an interview on site today. We're at a event that's for veterans today. And with me today, I have Dr. Jorgensen. And why don't you tell us a little bit about your organization? Because you guys are out here today. You're doing a lot of good work for the veterans here in this community. And I know you guys do work for other communities. So talk a little bit about it and just kind of make the people understand who you are and what you do.
All right. Well, first of all, Veterans Dental Foundation is a organization founded to help the veterans get their dental care, especially those that cannot afford it, and need to have substantial help. And so I know that the flying doctors that are here today, and we're here helping support them, and then
we have Healing California out
Healing
here.
California was also out here supporting us with the facilities. And those, it's generally a combined effort that makes for the best presence, because we get a lot of support. One of our issues is being a new organization. Helping the veterans is simply gaining the professional support. And when we have organizations like Flying Doctors jumping in there to help out with their depth of professional people, it enables us to get the work done.
Now you have a very impressive setup outside. There's a small RV out there, and you're taking patients inside. Looks like you can do about 2 at a time.
Yeah,
and
2 at a time.
From what I understand, that's fairly new.
It is. The facilities it's kind of interesting when we do an on-site dental treatment activity like this, because all of the dentists come out of their in-office comfortable zone, and they have to facilitate in more of a recreational vehicle. They have to facilitate performing their duties in an environment that they don't know. So it takes a minute for the docs,
get their wherewithal,
if they're not used to it, to get used to where everything is placed. Because in our offices, of course, we go in, we move in, and we're ready to go. We know where everything is. But so these guys are great. They adapt, they perform, and the veterans that we've helped out have been really super to work on.
Now I was outside and I was watching, and I was talking with Jeff from Flying Doctors, and I was watching the whole flow through of patients and whatnot, and it seems extremely well organized. Are all the events this well? Like, you have someone, you move them right in, move them out?
Right. What we do is we have one of the docs stationed in front to kind of get a preview of what the needs are. Once those needs are previewed, once the major chief complaints have been verified, then they move into the vehicle where we can actually have the motors running, where they can operate the equipment.
Okay. And that's
pretty slick.
It's got a generator on it. Looks like you guys could just roll in somewhere and just start fixing teeth.
We really can. This is a facility that can literally go stop at the side of the highway if they wanted to. But we typically find locations like VFW or somewhere else, somewhere that is helping out the veterans and try to facilitate what their needs are.
Excellent. Now, all of the outside of the RV, all of the supplies that you guys have, are those donated? Do people donate money to the organization? You purchase them that way, or do the doctors bring stuff?
I believe that that is one thing that gets facilitated is through different dental supply places.
Okay.
And also some state organizations contribute to helping get those basic supplies that we need in order to get the work done.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Now, if a veteran, or really anyone else in the community, if you're doing an event and they want to come out, what type of things should they be ready for? What type of things should they expect? Or is it just show up and we'll figure it out?
Well, that too. But it's always it always helps us if they have identified one thing at least that they're really coming for, that they need. Either sometimes it's just a cleaning.
Okay.
Sometimes it's just a cleaning. Sometimes they have a they can pinpoint to a tooth or to an area that's really hurting them. Some things are very obvious when I look at them. Some things are not so obvious. And so we can discover what we need to discover very
Okay.
quickly. We can ascertain that very quickly. So it's not a needful thing. It's just a helpful thing when they do come out, that they kind of give us a little idea of what they're wanting.
Okay, excellent. Well, I know in an area like this, I do know that this is absolutely a service that is badly needed. So I know you serve this area. Do you serve any other areas in Southern California or?
Right now, we're so about 3.5 years ago, I spawned the idea that, hey, I wanted to organize this Veterans Dental Foundation, right?
Mhm.
And I found my ED, my executive director, who's Ralph Orchards, and he and I have really carried the flag for about 3 years here,
Okay.
and in organizing, some of the background stuff, uh, so that these events come off in a way that it seems a little more organized, and so that these veterans are well served. But what the amount of work that happens behind the scenes is tremendous,
Okay.
and the amount of different insurance paperworks that need to be in place, the different uh, people that we connect with, that facilitate the things that we need, like you say, supplies and other things.
Oh, yes.
And then those that connect with the doctors themselves they're all helpful pieces of this puzzle that contribute to these volunteer efforts that we can provide. And the neat thing about this is, as we've developed this, we've seen, oh wow, this could be something that, as we take traction to, and as we present to more and more people,
Mhm.
Others might just say, hey, this is something that's interesting. This is something that's needful. This is something that we would like to spawn in our area.
Okay.
And so currently, as we speak, we're here regionally.
Okay.
We want to solidify this region, making sure that the vets are taken care of here. And then as the message gets out there in vehicles like this, so I thank you very much for getting it out there. But as the message gets out there and other people start taking note of what things are being done actively, then we'll have greater reach. As funding also comes in through private donations, through other vehicles. We have our website I want to make mention of, which is veteransdental.org. So those of you that would like to go there, that is an area where you can create a campaign. If you got a certain veteran or so that you want to create a campaign for, and then you can create that's a vehicle that these folks can use to serve as a fundraising vehicle for them, to make the funds available to help out a specific veteran.
Now, while we're on that, because we have our audience watching, what challenges are you facing right now that you think, people watching, whether it's donations, whether it's, you need more dentists to be willing to volunteer their time?
When an organization is young,
well, so there's lots of areas.
Honestly, the sky's the limit. But I think I think our biggest hurdles to overcome right now are internal staffing. Okay. All right. Then professional staffing, just making sure that professional volunteers, meaning dentists and even dental assistants and dental hygienists who want to volunteer are available, and creating a method continuing to create a smooth method for them to provide their volunteer service is also things that we're working on. Donations from different state and local charities are forthcoming
Mhm.
at the moment, and also private donations we look forward to.
So theoretically, any other organization, any other charity or veteran organization like us could reach out to you and say, we would like to do an event. And then they would just coordinate with your people, and you'd have to make sure that, okay, well, you have to make sure that we have people, supplies, all that.
Right.
Okay, excellent.
And the way that they would reach out to us would be through that veteransdental.org.
Okay. Is that your only social media, just the website, or do you have Facebook or?
The website, we do have a social media under Veterans Dental.
Okay,
In Facebook. I believe that they could follow.
excellent.
And so look us up under Veterans Dental on Facebook and become a follower.
Okay, yeah,
Great.
definitely. We'll make sure we get that word out. Here for Veterans Nation, we have our own group on Facebook that a lot of people,
Yay!
come on to. Well, they come on to yell at me, to give us, people who they want on the show, also so that we can provide links and stuff like to your organization, just so that we're getting the word out there. Because for veterans, everyone thinks the VA, but the VA is very concerned about just the things they do. And they don't know about all the other programs out there through Health and Human Services, Department of Labor, just as a couple examples. So it becomes very hard for veterans to kind of navigate the whole gamut of what's out there, because there's no one true source. The VA helps so tremendously.
It's a true statement.
Yeah.
As we discovered, there was about 93% of the veterans who do not have dental coverage through the VA.
Yes.
Because they are not partially or totally disabled in active duty.
Mhm.
So there's a great dearth of need. Granted, many vets are very productive, industrious individuals who like to be hardworking guys and get out there and they get their needs met. But there are some that are so impacted by war and tragedy that it's impossible for them to come over that hurdle. And these guys all, I could only do a cursory service to what these guys could say about that, so.
Absolutely. A lot of veterans out there, they're not willing to reach out for help at a lot of places. That's why doing them at an organization like the VFW is good, because they're already members of this organization. So they don't feel like they're asking for help. They're already coming here to their post
part of their
where their friends are. Exactly. So that speaks very much to a lot of the things that we find here with Veteran Nation.
Right. That's what I'm coming to discover. The deeper I dive into this, I unfortunately had a nephew of mine who served in the Marines, who went to war. And I don't say unfortunately because he went to war and did his service, because I'm grateful he did that. I say unfortunately because he had PTSD terribly. And that was one of
many of us do.
That was one of his the unfortunate after effects of his service. He ended up becoming a bit of a drinker, and then ended up one day while he was having a bad day deciding to just take his own life.
All too familiar with this audience. We lose 22 veterans a day right now is right now the going rate. COVID has not helped at all. And yeah, PTSD, self-medicating with alcohol. That's a lot of what we see with our watchers and with people on the show. So
when you have that happen as closely as a cousin, or even a brother or a sister,
absolutely,
it really hits home. You begin to empathize a little more with those that are really going through the day-to-day struggle.
And one thing we found doing this show is that people who struggle the most seem to be the people who've been in the military the most. Now, the military does a very great job of taking care of its members. However, we get very used to being taken care of. And we're also leaders. So all of a sudden, when there's that break and now they're no longer in the military, it becomes, okay, well, what now? And a lot of people, because they're used to, well, they know where all the resources are on base to go to. All of a sudden, they don't know where all the resources are. There's a lot of questions. So there's a lot of emotion that comes in and clouds and makes them very unwilling to do things. That's why it's good that there's organizations like yourself to help kind of cut through that red tape, organizations like this to get people out.
Let's face it, one of the greatest tragedies is for those who have gone through it is losing your smile.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a social tragedy. It causes you to be a little more recluse because you're just no longer confident. You know what you've lost,
Mhm.
And
Absolutely.
so it's not a mystery.
And especially if you're out there now back looking for a new job, you want a good smile.
So with one of the greatest things that we're looking to do is make that social impact, helping those guys segue their way back into normal mainstream society, helping them segue back into normal functional jobs that can be suitable for their life. And the one thing that I know as a dental professional is if they don't have that confident smile, that first impression, it's hard to step into a new job.
Absolutely.
Because you're going in with the wrong vibe, the wrong attitude, and then the boss goes, I don't know if I want you, and
Absolutely.
all of that jazz.
And
so
with the military, you never have to worry about a job. You're always, once you finish one, they're going to put you right into the next one.
Right.
So going for a job is incredibly tough for veterans because it's one skill that the military doesn't really teach us. We don't have to go into job interviews. Most times, the military is just going to tell you what to do. So things like this are absolutely going to help you with your job search. So, I would absolutely encourage if you have an organization that can reach out, absolutely do put on an event like this. If you're just in the area and there's an event like this going on, take advantage of it. They could probably even reach out to your organization to find out when you're going to do events.
Right, we're planning one on January 23rd that should be held in Palm Springs, and that event will be hosted by Jorgensen Implants, and
Okay.
we're going to be at that particular event. We're going to be placing dental implants.
Excellent.
So it's a lot. We don't just do cursory work. We do deep dental work that serves a lifetime of purpose.
Very good.
Yeah.
As we wrap up, is there anything that we didn't discuss that you think our audience should absolutely know?
Well, the dentists out there that are your personal dentists, I would encourage you and challenge you to go and tell them about our organization. Tell them about veteransdental.org, and tell them that we're reaching out for dental professionals to do volunteer community work for the veterans, and the more voices that they hear that way, the more they'll reach, the more apt they will be to reach out, and the more that they'll be feeling confident that the community wants them to do this. That's a lot of it. They're there to do community service where they feel that they'll make the greatest impact. And so have your voice heard.
Now, I will make sure that I get your Facebook link and I'll put that out through the Veteran Nation group. I'll try to get that done today.
We'll get that through Jennifer.
Okay.
Braun. Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, Jennifer Braun is such a unique individual. She's so talented. So
that's
she's the reason we're together today. So
well, that's we want to make sure that we're getting everything out to the veterans as we can. So that's our mission here, is to try to make every veteran's life just a little bit better if we can.
That's a great mission, and I thank you for it.
Oh, I thank you for joining us today.
Yeah.
So folks, you can always go onto nrnplus.com/VN. That's our landing page. If you want to subscribe, it's going to be $79.99 for the year, or you can pay $9.99 a month. You can also join us at our group on Facebook, Veteran Nation. That's the name of the group there. If you want to plug the website again one more time.
Yeah, just veteransdental.org, veteransdental.org.
So thank you everyone for joining us today. I hope that we've given you enough information that you can take advantage of this, or if you're someone who wants to donate money, time, anything, please absolutely reach out. And Dr. Jorgensen, thank you again for sitting down with us today.
I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thanks. That was